Hello people of the internet. Now you're wondering, why the heck am I here? What is this guy all about? Well, alright, so my name is Razcore, on the internet at least, not in real life. That would be weird. Anyway, I picked the name and I'm gonna stick with it. Today we are going to paint this little fellow, which is going to be the official Razcore mascot, or face, or you know, whatever you want to call him. I'm gonna place him over here in front of me. And now, let's go to our next stage. Here we are in the software. Alright, moving on. We start off by lowering the brightness of the canvas and giving it like a cool type of... Don't worry about the glitches, Krita sometimes does that. If you're stuck in one of the glitches like this, just turn off the preview and turn it on and everything is going to be fine. Good enough. We have a messy background. Let's move on to the next stage. As you can see at this stage, you don't really have to be precise. We are going to fix mistakes later. I brought my trusty coffee. Let's move on. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. We have like the basic colors now, and we are going to move on to the next phase, to shading. Let's add the light now. For this one, because I don't really want to mess it up, I'm going to start painting on a new layer, and I'm going to... In Photoshop you would use the term clip it. I think in Krita it's called alpha inheriting, which I have as a shortcut F1. Let's take a look. So over here I make another layer and I group these two together, and now when I press F1, this little icon turns on over here on the right side. And what this means is that whenever I paint, it's inheriting the alpha from the layer underneath. And I have to make a group for this, because otherwise it would inherit the alpha from the bottom layer as well, just like so. So basically you would see everything. We don't want that. We want only for it to stick on the layer with the mascot. Alright. Moving on. Now, because we are on a separate layer, I don't really have to care about the strokes anymore, so I can just paint wherever, and then we're gonna come later and erase part of it. Gonna make another layer because I want to work on the edges, because that's basically where the texture is going to feel like. I want to make it feel like a, I don't know, this material, like a cloth with it's not perfectly smooth. That's basically the idea. So we are going to make another layer. We are not going to clip it or anything. We're not going to inherit the alpha, and we're just gonna start messing with the edge. The benefit of working on a big canvas is that at the end of all this, I am going to shrink the picture, and it will actually look like this. It will look nice. Let's fix up this area around here, because I think that the shadow is not very well, I mean it's too well defined, that's the problem. Alright. We need a better transition. It can be like full on shadow all of a sudden. Right now I don't really care on what layer I do this stuff anymore, because I'm quite happy with how the way it looks, so I can just correct as I go. And at the end I will just merge everything. Make that your fluffy. Make it fluffy. So the eyes are dark black, but they are pretty interesting, because as you can see they have the highlight, the light is there, but the highlight is on the other side, which, because they have this shape, this round shape, and I don't know if you can see, but even this black thing leaves a shadow over here. So once we play with the painting a little bit, it will look awesome. So remember, the light comes like this, and the reflection is going to be on this other side of the eye. On this other side. Quick tip, if you press R, let's transition to the screen. If you press R and click somewhere, you cycle through the layers depending on the pixels under the cursor. And if you press Shift R and click, you start selecting multiple layers, as you can see in the right. Pretty cool, huh? Now for the finishing touches, let's duplicate these and merge, so we have a copy. Turn off the group layer, and now we only have one layer with everything. And on this one I'm going to make slight adjustments, like for example the shadows. I want them to be slightly more warm. Yeah, I wanted them more warm. So I'm gonna use an overlay. What's this? Yeah, overlay, blending mode, and lock the pixels and start. Let's add a cap, a red cap, like make razcore great again or something. now that we have the cap, let's add some bounce light. Let's make that area a bit redder. Bounce light is kind of like what makes it look real in the end. Let's also add some shadows on the cap, on the top part. I noticed that I didn't do that. Some shading. Tip. 2 tips actually. Earlier you've seen me do stuff like this. What? Anyway, that's actually pretty simple to achieve. You go into the transform mode with Ctrl T, and while you keep Ctrl pressed, you start moving you click your mouse on the canvas and then you start moving. And you have this 3D rotation achieved. Pretty neat, huh? The other tip I wanted to tell you about is if you go into the image properties, you have this soft proofing, which is mainly used for when you want to print your canvas with a printer onto paper or something like that. You might want to check the colors first. Well, you can set this to grayscale and you press Ctrl Y and you turn on this soft proofing mode. Converts the image into that color space that you choose in the properties. So again, image properties, soft proofing, and here it shows me the values. So if I don't like something, say for example this color over here, maybe it's a bit too bright, I go into the background layer and I start painting, and I'm actually painting with color over here, not with gray. Ctrl Y to turn it off. See the results. Pretty neat feature to check your values. Ctrl Y. Ctrl Y. Alright, we're officially done for today. Tell me in the comments if you like what you see. Stay tuned, subscribe, share, like, tell a stranger or a friend, maybe not a stranger. Thanks for watching.